everybody. Happy Friday to you. Welcome to the show. Thanks for stopping in. Jim, happy Friday. What's going on, Jim? Emporium, etc. Again, greatest font of all time right there. What's up, Dawn? How are you? Boo. Uh-oh. Boo-hoo, says CJ. This sounds like the beginning of a knock-knock joke or something. How you doing, CJ? Hello, hello. Hey, Keith, how you doing? That's right. I agree, man. What's up, Automania? How you doing? Cheers to you, too. Happy Friday, everyone. We're going to do a little bit of listing tonight. I'm not really sure what I'm going to list yet. I think we're going to do postcards, to be honest with you, because I don't have many scans left for print ads. I might actually show you guys something else, too. But we'll see. We'll see how the evening progresses. But great to have you. Thanks for coming in. Image should be a little clearer than it was on Monday night. Fixed the camera issue with the phone. It really wasn't anything to fix. I just had to update the app, and all is well. I just like it a lot better. It's much easier to work with than the GoPro when it comes to webcams. But welcome aboard, everybody. Yeah, it's been a while. Hey, Jim, how you doing? Welcome to the show. Good to see you as well. How was your week, folks? How's everybody doing? My goodness. I guess I shouldn't, again, just like on Monday when I was trying to find the word to say it was kind of mediocre and so the week continued along those lines for me anyway. You know, okay, nothing to write home about, nothing horrible, you know, no days of like nothing, but unfortunately no days of, you know, jackpot type sales either. Just, you know, enough to make me happy and content, I should say. I'm never really happy, but content. And listing continues to elude me. My listing pattern was really screwed up by all the shows and everything I've been doing, like I've been talking about for a while. I got to get back on the ball with that. So to that end, we're doing a listing show tonight. We'll at least get some postcards listed. I mean, I've listed some stuff, but not the quantity that I'm accustomed to. And I've started cross-listing onto, I have a Macari account that I opened, I don't know, I think it says 21. So at least a year and a half, 2 years ago. I don't remember when I opened it. I had a bad experience out of the gate with the platform. I sold something pretty quickly, which was exciting. I don't even remember what it was. But when I started listing, I don't know, I used, I have Vendu, which is like a product similar to, what's the other one that everybody uses? Anyway, it's just a way to cross post stuff from other platforms, right? So I had a Vendu account around the same time, and I started cross posting over to Macari. And I don't know if Macari just didn't like the fact that I was sort of bombarding them with listings. Like I think in a day I did like 200 listings. It's very simple to use. That's why I was using Vendu. Well, anyway, they put some kind of close, some kind of like restriction on my account. I got an email that I'm being, you know, for security purposes, we're going to review your account information. I'm like, what the heck? I had just opened this account, you know, like what the heck? I got one sale. I had 150, 200 listings. I'm like, what's going on? And they just said it was some kind of precaution or something. So I was kind of turned off by that. And I deleted everything off of Macari. It was all stuff that I had cross posted. It wasn't like new items that I put onto Macari. Anyway, water under the bridge now anyway, I hope. And so some of the CDs that I've been listing on eBay, I've sold like 25 of them, I think, at this point, out of the 100 lot, and I've made my money back in spades, so I'm happy. And now I have about 75. So anyway, I was thinking of putting some of the CDs on Macari, like cross-posting them. So I've been doing that during the day. It's so fast and easy to move it over. And so far, no issues. I have 50 listed, and no problems, no emails from Macari, but the day is young. We'll see what happens. So anyway, maybe I'll show you some of that if anybody's interested in just checking out Macari. I've never, other than that one day, and it was literally a day, I had a sale, and then the shutdown happened, you know, the email that they're checking my account or something, the integrity of my account. I was like, what the heck? Summer's been super busy. That's a good thing. Highest sale this week was the $49 photo. Well, that's a good one. I'll take that. Happy Friday. Hey, Tina, how you doing? Welcome to the show. Yeah, so between that, you know, I have some postcards. I have some postcards. I have a ton of Christmas postcards, so we might go back into that. If you guys were watching, probably a month or so ago, I did a listing show with Christmas postcards. I got to get them out. And now that it's August already, I guess we might as well get them up. As we know, Christmas tends to sell all year round, but that should be cool. Just reserved an exciting news. Just reserved a U-Haul truck for my son, who's coming over tomorrow to pick up some stuff from our house and bring it to his house. So we're cleaning out some junk. He's taking it. But of course, being the father I am, I'm paying for the truck. It's only like $100 for a day, but I just reserved that for him. So he's coming with one of my daughters and some friends and stuff. They're going to move some stuff out of our house. out in Z and over to them. So that's done. Just hit, actually, I just got my reservation number like 30 seconds before I went live on the show. I was like, oops, it's 6 o'clock. So that's done. That'll be tomorrow's exciting activities. I don't have a show this weekend. Don't have a Beatles show this weekend. Next show is next Saturday, the 12th. And again, I'm hoping to be able to broadcast that for anybody who cares. Yeah, I'll set up the camera and we'll do a live broadcast, hopefully, weather permitting, next Saturday. We'll talk more about that next week. Let's stick to reselling tonight. Tina says, happy Friday. Is ploof like a floof? Don't I'm rare in a comic mode tonight, right? We got the booze, we got the rhyming going. New user restrictions on Macari like eBay does. Yeah, I guess so, Jim. But it was odd, man. It was just like, it wasn't, I don't know if it was a restriction. It was some kind of security, I think, because I just, I went from 0 to 200 listings really quickly. I mean, that's what the guy said after a while. It took like a week, by the way, which is, again, one of the other reasons I want to bail on them. But so I'm being, less aggressive as far as, putting listings on there. Let's just see what happens, figure what the heck. So I'll have, it's just CDs. That's all I put on Macari right now. We'll see what happens. Figured it can't hurt. I'll tell you, it's exciting to see views on Macari. And I believe me, I'm not equating Macari to eBay. Big fan of eBay. Love it. But like I'm getting, like I put up, what was it? I'll pull this one up. The whole view things was changed on eBay a year and a half ago, whatever it was, a year ago. Well, I have a lot of 4 Zeppelin CDs, right? 1, 2, 3, the first album through 4th album. I put them together in a lot. I have them at like triplicate. And I put it up on Macari, cross-posted from eBay. On eBay, it has like 5 or 6 views, which nowadays is actually okay. That's not terrible. On Macari, since yesterday, 17 views already. That's good to see view counts that kind of remind me of the old days on eBay where you would, list something and you immediately get 10 views, 15 views. Now I'm like, I do a jig if I see a view on a postcard or something, Everybody says, don't worry about views. I know. Hello, Weather Jim. Moving on out, making room for more postcards. Don't tell anybody. Yeah, just no, it's some stuff that's actually down here that he's kind of had his eye on. One of my daughters wants to take, we have a couch in our living room, like many people have, right? But we have the love seat, the couch, the whole thing. It's too big for the room, quite frankly. We don't really need it. We don't have, unfortunately, we don't have many visitors, just the kids once in a while. And we kind of overbought. We were a little overzealous when it came to the couch. So my daughter, who is 22 now, hopefully, I don't want to say anything out of school, but hopefully she'll be engaged shortly. Has a great boyfriend for like 4 or 5 years now. They've been talking plans about getting married, but haven't done anything officially. But she put dibs on the couch. She's like, if you guys don't want that couch, can I have it for my future home? I said, absolutely, honey. So we're going to give it to her. So she's going to come with my son tomorrow and pick that up. So she could get rid of the couch, or she could take the couch. We'll get rid of it in our living room, make a lot more room, and just do some cleaning and stuff. And then like they're going to take a grill that we have in the back that we don't need because we have a nice indoor grill thing that I got for Christmas. It's just stuff like that, just an old rug, things like that. They could help. They can kind of come down here and have a field day in our basement. We have plates, and it's so funny, crock pots. I think we have like 5 crock pots. Everybody seems to think we want crock pots, so every Christmas we get a crock pot. They could take a crock pot or 3 with them, whatever they want, within reason. Anid, how you doing? Purple Soko, great to have you. Welcome to the show. Macari are using their new trading card postage for. I'm not doing postcards yet, Jim, on there. I'm just doing CDs and I'm doing media mail. Now, the thing about Macari that's interesting is they have a flat shipping profile, if you will. Like you put in your dimensions and you wait, and it tells you what the shipping is right up front. Like, and it's kind of, quite frankly, it's kind of expensive. Like for media mail, I'll pull up a CD. Mine are all 6 ounces, give or take. It's between 5 and 6 ounces to ship a CD. And it's a flat rate, $4.30 for media mail, which is a little high. I'm usually in the 3s, I think, with eBay. But again, whatever. And it states it right there, plus $4.30 delivery fee. One of the discs was a double disc, and I think it wound up being like 9 ounces, and it pushed it up to like $5. That lot that I just alluded to, the Zeppelin lot, which is 4 discs, that's $5 flat. Hey, Mark, how you doing? Welcome to the show. So their shipping's a little bit different. I only sold 1 item, and it was when I opened the account in 2021. So it's been a couple years since I've used it. pretty simple. Like they're all sort of the same. But it is nice to see some views on these things. So we'll see what happens. Maybe we'll sell a couple CDs on Mercari. Give it a shot. Great to have you, Mark. Welcome to the show. Better half on the phone right now. Still, I use this as the analogy for the phone. The the speakers, the microphone. Mr. Laurie, hate Mercari shipping. At least you can print to a thermal print. Oh, is that cool? Is that right? Is that cool? Is that right? Yeah. What's bad about it, Tina, in your experience? Do you have some experience with it? I just know it's different as far as like, that's it. You put in a thing and it's $4.30 shipping. Hey, Joe, how you doing? Howdy to you. Great to have you. Hello, Dawn. Yes, she is. Cool. Very good. Well, hi, Lori. If you can't speak, that's cool. Glad you're here. Thanks for coming in, everybody. Again, we'll do some postcards. Maybe we'll do a couple of CDs. I'll show you guys how easy it is to move it over to Mercari or whatever site. When I first got the Vendu thing a couple of years ago, what I was using it for exclusively was Etsy. I had visions of grandeur when it came to Etsy, that I was going to sell all these print ads on Etsy. And unfortunately, it just never came to fruition on Etsy. Don't know why. Talk with Dawn about that. Dawn, I know, lists a lot of print ads on Etsy, but I just haven't had any luck. I still have some up there. I'm giving a gander right now at my Etsy screen. I am down to 71 active listings. Out of that, how many print ads do I have? Maybe like 40 some odd print ads. I just don't have any luck selling them on there. I don't know why. I get visits. It's called visits on Etsy. Like I have 32 visits on this one. Of course, it's a Christmas for Papermate pens, but it's a Christmas ad. 32 visits, but no sale. I've sold some sporadic items on Etsy over the last couple of years since I've had the account. But Dawn, again, being the queen of Etsy, at least when she lists on it, was telling me earlier today that like it's even more picky than eBay is. Everybody talks about list. You always have to have listings. Etsy is, I think, that's to an extreme. Like if you don't list every day, if you don't baby that account a little bit, it just kind of goes into the abyss. And that's definitely what's happening with my account. It's just, again, if I get a Etsy sale a month, I'm pretty happy. I shouldn't be, but I am. So anyway, that's what I was using the cross-listing tool for at the time, was just Etsy. And then that one crazy day with Mercari when they shut me down. But so we're going to give Mercari a try again and see if some CDs sell. So maybe we'll show you that. Maybe we'll do a little postcard action. Maybe we'll chat. Hey, Jody, how you doing? You're just back from kayaking. Wow. Happy Friday to you. Sounds like you already had a beautiful Friday. Weather nice in Michigan? I hope. We had a lousy day, cloudy, much, much cooler. It's been shockingly cool this entire week. 70s, like maybe touching 80 every day after the last 2-3 weeks where it was like 96, 95 every day, hot. It's been kind of like dreary almost. Today was dreary. 70s, spit and rain a little bit, cloudy. Like not sure what it wants to do. Does it want to be a nice day? Does it want to be a lousy day? Your Etsy dream is crumbling. What's up, Biff? Yeah. Again, I don't blame anyone but myself for Etsy. I don't list on it. I hardly ever list on it. I was put off because it was going to be my second source primarily for print ads, at least so I thought. And when that didn't happen after a while of having them up, I kind of stopped listing on there. So it's just one of those things. I know Poshmark supposedly is like that too, where you have to really, really be hands-on with that platform all the time to try to get a sale and push out, to your social media, all that kind of stuff. Mercari uses farthest zone pricing for their shipping. No way to change shipping method after the sale as far as that. Yeah, see, that would have been right. That's what I'm assuming too. It's like locked in. So that's what it is. It's farthest zone. So the 430 covers anywhere in the country. I don't even know in Mercari. Talk to me, people, if you know Mercari. Do you have to set up like an option for international shipping? Is it all domestic? I really didn't read into any of that. I probably should have. Like, are you automatically put into some sort of international program? I see if you just look at the listing screen, they have ability to send offers to likers and a promotion tool. And I know promotion is kind of unique. If you click on promote, it takes like a couple of dollars off of your listing price. And I guess that's your price to promote. I don't know how long the promotion lasts or anything, but again, I'll read more into it. I just want to get, I have 50 listings, all CDs, see what happens over the weekend, see if I have any interest. I mean, I'm getting views. I don't know how many likers that I say, or likes it says, but again, 17 on the CD lot. Everything I list, I get a couple of views on anyway. I'm just scrolling through. Like I have 7 on a Nirvana disc. I have 3 on an Aerosmith disc. I have 5 on a Motley Crue disc. These are all part of that haul that I picked up, I guess a month and a half ago. We will see what happens. Just scrolling through those listings. But yeah, I didn't really read much into it, to be quite frank with all of you. Probably should have. Not enough shipping options. Make shipping too high on some items. Yeah, I could understand that. So again, because I'm in media mail, hopefully that's not as big a potential pitfall for, a buy or something. I can understand that if I was going to buy something. But all of my stuff so far is media mail. But I do remember when I was listing the print ads, I put first, at the time it was first class, obviously. I don't remember what the listing thing, what the shipping was on those, but I knew there was something funky about it. And I've heard some people allude to the fact that it could be really expensive. Shipping is expensive in general on Mercari. Hey, Charles, how you doing? Welcome to the show, man. Great to have you. Thanks for stopping in. Hi, Steven. Got a delivery today of 3 old magazines. It had been opened. Get out of here. They say you owe $9? Yeah, you're not supposed to use media mail. That's interesting. So they do actually inspect them once in a while. I guess that's good to know. Welcome to the show, Stephen. Frustrating, but good to know. I know a lot of people try to sneak things that aren't really media mail. Personally, it's just not worth it. I don't want to get in trouble. I'm a wimp when it comes to that stuff. I don't want to get in trouble with my bread and butter. You know what I mean? Very hot and sunny. Cool, Jody. I hope you didn't get torched out there on the... Well, you were kayaking out on the river or something, or a lake, I guess. House sales. Well, Mets are Mets, as we say, Charles, in the old country. Okay. Nothing to write home about. Nothing horrible. Consistently inconsistent. One day pretty good. One day not so good. One day pretty good. The usual. So along those lines, I just tried to expand a little bit into this Mercari thing. Just with CDs for now. I think I have, let me see, how many do I have left to put over there? 70 something. So if anybody wants to see that, I'd be happy to show you guys just how easy it is to cross list with that thing, with the Vendu thing. Etsy, I'm going to close my Etsy window because it's depressing. Like just for fun, for anybody who has Etsy, on your homepage, right? It gives you the stats overview. Like today, my store, my Etsy store, whatever you call it, my Etsy shop, I think it's called, 25 views today. And then there's 7 visits. Dawn, right? Please explain the difference between a view and a visit on the Etsy. What the heck? What's the difference? But 25 views, 7 visits on my lousy 70 listings or so. And honestly, guys, I can't remember the last time I had an Etsy sale. I have people favorite items. Like they'll put, what does it say? Stephanie. Oh, I almost gave the girl's name out. Stephanie H. favorited your item. I have a Disney Haunted Mansion popcorn bucket up for sale. She favorited it 17 hours. I get a lot of those favorites, but very few of them, unfortunately, translate into sales. But do you have any idea, Dawn, what the difference is on Etsy between views and visits? Boy, do I sound ignorant. I realize that. It's just because these things aren't things I use often, I didn't really read all the bylaws and whatnot. Let me close out Etsy. It's depressing. And go back to StreamYard. Where are you? There we go. Yeah, please, Dawn. If you guys are enjoying it, I'm enjoying having you. If you want to leave a thumbs up, I'd appreciate it. It helps the video, I'm told, to be spread out to more people, more potential viewers. And anybody, again, I forget to throw this out there, but a while ago when I was looking at some YouTube stats, which I do now and then, a whole bunch of people watch the live shows, which I'm very appreciative of, but aren't actually subscribed to the channel. So if you have a second and you'd like to be subscribed, be honored to have you. Just hit that subscription button somewhere on YouTube. I think it's right below the main video, actually. But yeah, seriously, leave a thumbs up. Hopefully get some sales. We all could use them. Charles just canceled. That was the other program. List Perfectly. Yeah, I wasn't using Vendu forever. Like I had the I don't even remember how many it is. I think I get 250 a month or something to bring in from any platform and push back out, like to cross list. So 250 is fine for my right now for what I'm looking to do on Macari. I just want to get the CDs over there. And if I get a little action on some CDs and sell a few, maybe I'll slowly introduce some other things just to have an option, you know, an alternative to eBay. And again, since they're cross-posted, no big deal. I'm not spreading myself thin. And Vendu does have the ability. You can go in. I don't think it's automated, but you can go in and end on, like, if something does send on Macari, sell on Macari that I have in eBay, I just go into Vendu and you could like click a button and it takes it off of eBay for me, or vice versa. So that's pretty cool. It's not automated, which we've been, at least it wasn't last time I used it. Maybe they made an improvement to it. I don't know, but I like that. That's a nice option to go in and just click a button. You mark it as sold. You put the platform it was sold on, and it removes it from any other platform. Like if I don't have this yet, but let's just say for fun, my dreaded Etsy account, if I had a CD listed on eBay, Etsy, and Macari, and it was to sell tonight on Macari, you mark it as sold on Macari, it takes it off automatically from eBay and Etsy, but you have to go in and proactively say it was sold. That's my understanding. That's how it was last time. I'm assuming it's the same thing. Dawn with the clarification. Thank you. A view is like an impression. A visit is like a page view when they've clicked into it. Okay, cool. So I really only had 20-something impressions today. Is that what you're saying? Oh, well. Again, that's what happens when you don't do anything with the platform. Thank you for that, Dawn. Just different terminology, same thing, right? Stephen was in Rhode Island for 2 weeks. You found many old magazine deals. You had to ship them back. I'm not used to seeing. Oh, you shipped them. I'm not used to seeing so much availability because you live in Florida. Gotcha. Yeah, Rhode Island is cool. We were just up in New Hampshire 2 weeks ago now, almost 2 weeks ago. Beautiful country, and there are lots of cool shops, lots of places to look for goodies for ephemera and just antiques and stuff in general. Beautiful country. Love New England. Jim, your second platform is the flea market. There you go. Yeah, I got you, man. If you're doing the full time, sure, definitely makes sense. I don't, it's not like a desperation move. I just wanted to play with Macari. I almost forgot I had an account, and I think I got an email or something about a coupon, like you need to use you get like a free $10 off, or so 10% off or something, and it just spurred me on. I'm like, oh yeah, Macari, and I logged in. First, I wanted to make sure I could get in after the whole debacle a couple of years ago, and I was able to get in and everything. I'm like, oh. So I started searching for CDs to see if anybody sells them on there. I saw a fair amount. I'm like, you know what the heck? And then I went into Vendu. I'm like, haven't looked at Vendu in a long time either. Does that work? It worked. So I re-upped my subscription for the $250. It's also nice because theoretically, if all I wanted to do was the CDs, you could really just join for a month, do all the damage you got to do in that month, and then you can cancel if you don't think you're going to use it again. But I like it. I like the ability. I like the flexibility that it offers to cross-list if you feel like cross-listing. And if Macari, if in a month or two nothing sells, I mean, not nothing, hopefully, but if I don't sell a decent amount, I might bail on that too. But the nice thing about Macari, there's no upfront listing fees. They just take their 10% or whatever when they sell, plus all the normal nonsense, 30 cents per, 50 cents per, whatever the heck it is, and payment fees and all that. These companies will get their fees. Cost of doing business, right? Charles asks, how does Vendu work? Well, if you're familiar, I've never used List Perfectly, Charles, but I've heard that they're sort of similar. You create an account, you log in, you link whatever platforms you want, like Etsy or eBay, or they have. You could even bring in Facebook Marketplace. What else do they have? I could take a look for you really quick. But anyway, you log in and you attach your. Oh, here it is right here. Depop, eBay, Etsy, Facebook Marketplace, Macari, Poshmark, Shopify, Grailed. I don't even know what that is. Something with a big T. I don't know what that is either. They have icons. Anyway, you just match up your accounts, log in, and then you have the ability to port in or bring in all the inventory from whatever platform you want. So in my case, I brought in everything from eBay, and that's free. Like you could bring in everything and you can refresh it and it updates it. And then what you pay for is the ability to what's called an inventory screen. You could bring in inventory. You could say add to inventory, add to inventory. So what I did is when I had all my eBay listings ported over, I just searched for CDs, and I had 128 listed or something like that at the time. It brought in the 128. And then you pay for a bucket of items that you can now cross post. So if I have 128 CDs I want to put over to Macari, I have up to 250 a month. It says right here, August 3rd. I just did it yesterday, August 3rd to September 3rd. And then on September 3rd, I refresh, I get another 250 items. So right now I've moved over 123 from eBay to Macari. And it's just a cross post, but it's really nice because it brings everything over. It brings the photo over, it brings your description over, brings everything over. And then the only thing you have to do is, because there's going to be some discrepancies platform to platform, for instance, the shipping thing. Like if you have an eBay shipping policy, it's not going to match with Macari's because they have their own unique. So you go into Macari and you make an adjustment. You could do it on the fly within Vendu. It's pretty cool. I know it's a long-winded thing. Maybe if you're interested, I'll show you. What I wish it did is, like, let's say you have if I have 250 a month, right? I wish I could just click on 250 my CD listings in eBay, and click a button and they all went over to Vendu. Excuse me, from Vendu over to Macari. But it's a one-off thing. It's a one-on-one. For the reasons I just gave, you're going to have discrepancies with certain things that just don't match up platform to platform. Same thing happened with Etsy when I was doing the ads. It's kind of, you bring them over one at a time. You can't just it would be nice if you could do that. 100, bam. Even if it took a few minutes, I don't care, or an hour or two, it would be worth it. But it brings over, all the pertinent information. It brings over your description. It brings over your title. Again, brings over the pictures, and it's another nice backup. Now you have your photos. With me, because I use, when I'm doing the postcards right now, is the only thing I use it. But when I use 6-bit, it's a repository for all your photos. So God forbid eBay goes kaplooey one day, which we all hope never happens. But I have a backup for all the pictures and stuff. So it's pretty cool. I like it. You had 88 views today on Etsy, and you have 600 listings. Wow. Yeah, I have 70, and I had, 20-something, 26. Hey, Karen, how are you? Good evening to you. Happy Friday night. Biff with some stats. Etsy, 164 listings, 13 views, 2 visits. Man, really? Let me pull mine back up. Yeah, I have 25 total views, 7 visits. 0 orders, 0 revenue. But I am in on the, there's an option. Buyers can make offers on your selected listings. 47 of 49 listings still available. So I don't know. They have a new thing. I don't know if it's new, but for me, it's new. I opted in where somebody can make an offer on it. Of course, I would gleefully accept an offer on Etsy because I never get any sales. But admittedly, I do nothing on Etsy. Charles, will it bring in hundreds at one time? List perfectly, had too many glitches. Yes, it absolutely. It brings in everything. Well, you click a button and it brings in. You could bring it in, like if you have Dawn has a couple hundred listings on Etsy. If she wanted to bring everything from her Etsy store, let's just say, and maybe she doesn't have it posted in listed, on eBay, she could pull it from Etsy. She could pull it from Macari, whatever platform you're on that you want to bring listings in from. You could do that, and it takes everything into inventory. But again, you're limited to. So I have like 6,000 or 5,700 whatever listings brought in. And it's live with eBay, which is good. It syncs. But I only have the ability to put into my own personal inventory up to 250 a month. That's the program I paid for. They have more inclusive programs if you want to go. And of course, it costs more the more you want. And then they do get you because they have, they being Vendu. If you want the ability to, what the heck is it? I got to go to my thing. If you want the ability to do what I just said, to automatically have something sells on eBay, you want to have it taken off, removed from, or ended on Macari and Etsy, you have to pay for that. Like it's an add-on, they call it, to your original bucket of 250 items. You pay for a little, like I think it was on like $8 a month. But to me, that's a crucial element. Like, I want that ability to go in. Not that I'm selling 20 discs a day or anything where it would be too confusing, but just on the off chance that something, my luck, something popular, let's say like the Zeppelin thing, might sell on Macari, and then 10 minutes later somebody tries to buy it on eBay. I want to make sure it's immediately removed or ended. Lori, how you doing? You just clicked the like, but you can't hear anything. You can't hear me, or you can't hear you didn't hear a click on the like. Anyway, Lori, welcome to the show. I think everybody can hear me. You guys are not acting like you can't hear me. Happy Friday, Lori. Happy Friday. You want to check this out, anybody? I could show you. What do you want to see? You want to see Vendu or Macari or neither? Whatever you want. I was doing that before the show too. I'm just bringing over. Like I said, I have 50 now, 50 new listings on Macari, all CDs. Actually, I lie. One of the listings is a a tablet that my mother-in-law. We got my mother-in-law like 5 years ago for Christmas that I have up. She gave it back to us and said if we want to sell it. Have I ever been to the Stone Pony? I see a question. A good buddy of mine plays in a Springsteen tribute. So yes, I've been to the Stone Pony. He plays there all the time. Tiny place, tiny joint. Yes, Charles, I've been to the Stone Pony. It's a really tiny place, but it's cool. You know, it has a lot of history. Vendor. Oh, Vendu. Okay, sure. Sorry, Vendu. Yeah, I'll show you guys. I'd be happy to. Vendu. All right, hang on. Let's where should I show you from Vendu? Inventory. All right. Hold, please. Let's bring in the screen. I have my whole screen share thing again in case we list later on. So you're going to see the craziness for a second. I apologize, but there's nothing I could do. Nothing I could do about that. Me there. Okay. And now we'll go to Vendu. I'll wait for the YouTube to catch up. Charles loves Springsteen, huh? Cool. Yeah, my buddy's phenomenal. He's been doing this for a long time, and he East Street Shuffle is the name of his band. Shameless plug. Sean Laughlin, buddy for 20 years this year. 03, I met him. Wow, we used to work together in Jersey City. All right, this is Vendu. This is the screen I'm working on, but you see up here where it says 250 items. This is what I purchased. My allotment is 250 a month, right? So August 3rd to September 3rd. And again, on September 3rd, I'll get a new bucket of 250 more I could bring in. But the first thing you do on, at least you can do anything you want. The first thing I did is you import. So you go to import, right? And I was importing everything from eBay. And you can see it's actually doing it right now, refreshing. Getting your latest eBay items. So it brings in everything that you have on eBay. And this is not included in your 250, right? So you could have 5,000 listings, 100 listings, 50,000 listings. It'll take a lot longer, obviously, the more listings. You bring them all into the platform, into Vendu, okay? Which it's doing. Yeah, 100 items a page is the most you could view. So this is just bringing in, and I think it's the newest stuff up top. I'm pretty sure. All right, it's bringing in a bunch of stuff. I probably shouldn't have clicked on that. But anyway, it brings in your eBay items into the store, into your Vendu experience. Once you have everything in there, you go to inventory, right? And this is where you could tailor it to what you'd like. So I have it set up. I'll go back out. So if I want to see everything in eBay and my search term was CD, let me X out of this. Active and listed on eBay, 124 CDs. So I go in and you can see the eBay and the M is the Macari. This means it's listed on both sites. These are all the ones I listed, the 50 that I've listed so far since yesterday. So this Wingspan is listed on, you can see it right here, on eBay and on Macari. And these are the other platforms you're able to cross-post to if you want to. Poshmark, Etsy, and Facebook Marketplace, interestingly. That's the accounts that I have set up. You could set up a couple of other ones. The ones Poshmark, that's on there. What was the other one I said? This one, Shopify, Grailed, whatever. Everybody knows what this T is or this V is. I have no idea. Depop. That's the other ones. All right, so you have an inventory. It brings in everything that you have, in this case on eBay. And this is the search I have a CD, but if you click off of that, it'll bring up everything that's in your inventory. I have 385 items in my inventory, but I'm only allowed to cross-post 250 a month. And I've already done half of that, just about 123. But that's okay because I was just using this to cross-post CDs. So again, I go back, I'm searching CDs. I'll show you one live. And this is a pretty cool function. So I don't want to view, here's one I've already listed on both platforms, like I said. Here's one that's just on eBay that I want to bring in. If you click View Not Listed, and you click off of eBay and click on Macari, now it's not going to give me those double posted items. So now I'm left with a population that's solely stuff on eBay that I want to bring into, in this case for me, Macari. All right, so let's do one, everybody. Let's do one live. It's as simple as this. I mean, it really is laughably simple. Let's pick a disc. Let's do a little Kiss. Sold 4 Kiss CDs already. Double platinum, greatest hits sort of a thing. Phenomenal. You click on the item. All right. And this is the form. It's called the Vendu form. You can see it brings over the pictures and everything. That's when it does the import from eBay. It does that for you. Here's my description from eBay. Now, the one thing, I'll show you this when we go to cross-post it, is I have in my eBay description, I have a link to the eBay store. Obviously, I want to delete that if I'm posting this onto another platform, in this case, Mercari. So let's ignore this. You just pull up you click on the item you want to cross-post. Now, I'm going to click on Mercari. It says it's not listed on that. List item. And it brings up basically the Mercari listing template. And you can see all these. This is what I was talking about, why you can't do like 1,000 at once, because there's always going to be these things that you have to reconcile between the two platforms when things don't sync up perfectly. So let's go to the top. It brings in the title. Everything's fine. Again, what I want to do is let's get rid of my link because it's not going to apply on Mercari. Everything else does. This is for CDs, what I'm doing now. I don't have a brand, so I click no brand. Condition, I'm just putting good on everything for the purposes of it, even though they're all good. In fact, I have most of the CDs in new cases if they weren't all messed up. Category, CD. I put in my zip code. Here's the shipping thing. I'm not offering free shipping because then I won't make any money. Buy pays. This is 6 ounces. Shipping label, media. And again, see how it just locks you in, $4.30. That's the price. So whoever was saying earlier, I'm sorry, I forgot, was it Purple Sorco? They automatically charge the maximum, I guess, for a pound or under media mail, cross country, wherever it is. Anybody know about international Mercari? Or we're going to have to look that up. This is kind of nice. I like this. It spells out what your fees are based on your price that I have up there. You see that? Selling fee $1, processing 91 cents, shipping 0. You earn 809. But we're going to have to, we'll take in the 430 from the buyer. I think it sounds like it's similar to Whatnot, where they kind of just keep any difference in shipping. If it really only costs $3.80, they pocket the 60 cents or whatever it is. So whatever. But that's it, everybody. You click on those couple of things for the purposes of what I'm putting over CDs, right? I just put them into, I put a condition on there. You can put tags. It only gives you 3 tags. I'm not sure if that really has any, what would I put in a tag? CD, Kiss. It's already in the title. It's already in everything. So I haven't used that yet. But everything else is pretty cut and dry, right? Media, CD, my shipping information. I like this. So theoretically, I wind up with $809 on a $10 sale. Not too shabby, right? List on Mercari. It takes seconds. Listing. Your item is listed. And now let's go over to my Mercari. Refresh. And it's in chronological. I have it set to newest first. I think. Yeah, I should have a new first. Oh, I'm on page 3. I was like, why is that? And there's Kiss. Double platinum. Listed on Mercari. Brings over everything that I had, and it puts in that hard $4.30. So there's all my descriptive from eBay. Here's my badge. My one sale. $4.30 from Pennsylvania. And away we go. So it's as simple as that. I mean, it takes a few seconds and a few clicks. Oh, thank you very much, Charles, for the super chat. I appreciate it for going through Vendu for you. Thanks, man. I appreciate that very much. Unnecessary, but appreciate it. Pretty simple, right? I mean, I love it. I really appreciate it, Charles. Thank you. Get out of this screen. You guys see everything I'm doing, right? I hope. And then when I get out of this, I'll go back to inventory, right? And again, now I'm left with a population that is only listed on eBay, but not Mercari yet. This is frustrating. You see the little coat hangers, everybody? Remember I told you it brings over your photos. Well, in the world of CD selling, if anybody's familiar with Discogs, on Discogs, if you sell on Discogs, that's a platform for media, records, CDs, cassettes, reel-to-reels even, everything, E-tracks. The unique thing about Discogs is they have kind of a stock image of virtually any album you'll ever come across or any piece of media you'll ever come across. The cool thing about that is you don't have to supply pictures. So what I've been doing in the interest of expediting CD listings is I borrow the picture that's on Discogs for a cover of an album. That's, Carly Simon, right? So that's the canned Carly Simon image right there, as opposed to my having to take a picture. It saves a lot of time. Much to my chagrin, though, when you bring it over to some of them, when you bring them over to Vendu, if the image isn't a certain dimension, it comes up as too small, and you get that little what was the icon? Like a coat hanger. I don't know what's up with that, but the coat hanger. So basically, all of these are pictures that I pulled down from Discogs onto eBay. They're too small for the form factor that they want on Vendu. So what I'll do is I'll just copy it again and I'll upload a new picture. But all these did come through, and some of these, like that's my picture. I can tell that's my picture. So the ones I scanned are big enough, but a lot of these canned images, unfortunately, are not. I love Carly Simon too, Laurie. Phenomenal voice. These are all my discs. These are all stuff I've had for years that I just started selling. Muddy Water, that's a great album. But that's it. Tapestry. So let's do Tapestry. We'll do it one more time. You pull up your listing in Vendu. It's telling me that it's listed in eBay. I want to list it on Mercari. Click Mercari. Click list item. It's going to bring you all these error messages, but fret not. Put in, and this is cool. I don't even have to look at this. I don't have to type anything. Just click. Shipping media mail. Remember to click this CD. So it puts it in the CD category. It's not branded. It's good. And delete my link. And that's it. A list on Mercari. Really simple. A huge feature for me, again, is the ability. I know it's an upcharge, but well worth it, is the ability to mark an item as sold, and it takes it off of any other platform. So you don't have to worry about the dreaded, double sale. Go to Mercari, refresh. Cow King should be right up top, and there she is. So, I mean, lightning fast, But look at this. This is what I was saying. Like, I have views on everything. These are all just listed today. I mean, not a million views, but so what? 3? That's pretty cool. If I see 3 views on eBay nowadays, I'm happy. Everything has a view. 18 on the Zeppelin now. This will sell, I hope. So, whatever platform they want to buy it on, I'll have it available. That's it. And you can even delist things. As you see, there's a lot more functionality, but I'm keeping it very basic for my purposes. I just want to cross-post items from eBay to Mercari. So just click back to inventory. It updates everything. And again, presents me with a new population. So you'll see Carol King is no longer here because she's already been listed. If I declick this, if I take Mercari off, I'll see everything, and you'll see that it's posted on eBay and Mercari. Posted on eBay and Mercari. Pretty cool. Yeah, it is smooth, Karen. That's a good word to describe it. I think it's very smooth too. And thank you so much again, Charles. I really appreciate that, man. Thank you. Oh, let me get rid of this annoying multi-screen thing. Pretty simple, right? I mean, I like it. It saves a lot of time. The one drawback for me, and it's my own fault, is I cheated by using the canned or the stock images for some of those CD covers. And so now it's as simple as, I mean, not a big deal. I just put a new picture in. No, got the Springsteen. Oh, you got to talk Springsteen. Okay, no problem. Thank you. Yeah, very smooth. You're very welcome. Love Carly Simon too. Absolutely. You would worry that you haven't graded something well enough to have your own photos. Poor Dawn, you're always afraid. She's always afraid. And what if? Uh-oh, eating dinner. Okay, Dawn, enjoy. Thank you, CJ. Well, anyway, that's my little venture into the Mercari / Vendu cross-post thing. So I'll get back to that after the show. One of my daughters say that she's happy that we got the truck tomorrow. So let me just respond to her really quickly. All I have to say is I'm on my YouTube show, and they go, "Oh, I'm sorry." The kids, they are. All right. Well, that was that. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you got some benefit. If you choose to use it, use it. I like it. Give Mercari a second shot here. It's been a long time. I genuinely forgot I had it until I got that email that prompted me. So some of those marketing emails, even though most of them you're tempted to just throw out or delete, once in a while it has a good benefit. I'm like, ooh, that's right. All right, CJ is in his position. Anything else going on? Anybody wants to talk about anything or bring up any issues or good stories or anything you'd like? Do you have a referral code for these lovely people? A referral code for Vendu or something? No, I don't have any. There's no like affiliation or anything. No, I just have a Vendu. You know what I mean? You can go to, I think they have a trial. Well, I want to throw this out there. There is a completely free version of Vendu. You get 5. I'm paying for the 250. I think you get 5 a month free with all the same functionality. So if you just want to put your toe in the water a little bit and try 5 items, just go to vendu.com, the usual jargon, put in your information. The toughest part, and it's not tough, is linking. If you have eBay, which I guess most of us are going to have, if you have Etsy, whatever the other platforms are that you want to have the ability to cross post to, you just have to kind of link all those accounts up. So it takes a few minutes to just get that sorted, putting in your logins and all that, which working in IT all these years, sometimes that's the hardest thing. It always comes down to a password, forgot my password. You have to send. So provided you have your password information to Etsy and eBay and Macari and anything else you want to use, it's pretty simple. You just sign up, all that stuff. And if you want to try it, this is for everybody. It has nothing to do with me. You get 5 a month. So you could play with, you could pull in your inventory from, I guess eBay is probably going to be the one that most of us have. Pull that in, play around, see if there's 5 items you have any interest in potentially cross-posting to a different platform, and check it out. Yeah, I have no idea, Dawn. They might have, but again, there is a free version that's for everybody. So try that. I don't know if it's a free version. It's the same thing. It's just you're limited to just 5 a month. So it's a nice opportunity if you want to play around. It's very user-friendly. I didn't have to read any, obviously, because I keep asking questions about things, but I didn't have to read anything, like a how-to guide or anything. It's pretty intuitive. It's simple. A key piece is that ability to end on multiple platforms. So market is sold, boom, boom, boom. Of course, I dummy check. I make sure I'll go let's use an example. I sell, Carol King sells in the next 10 minutes, right? On Macari. I have to go in, market is sold. It'll take it off of eBay because that's the other platform it's on. And then I'll wait like a minute and I'll go into eBay and make sure it's, delisted or taken off. It should be, I guess it goes to ended when it sells. I don't really know because I've only sold one thing so far on Macari, and it was 2 years ago. Just finished the book, Deliver Me From Nowhere, a great book about the making of Nebraska. That's one of my buddy's favorite albums is Nebraska. It's kind of an acoustic thing, primarily. Is that true? I do not know tons about, don't take your $1.99 back, Charles. I don't know tons about Springsteen. I have a very, working man's knowledge, the basic stuff. But my buddy Sean, he's a fanatic, always has been, and he does great work. Check them out. East Street Shuffle is the name of his band. Yeah, he always speaks very highly of that album too, Charles. Cool. All right, you guys want to do any postcard stuff? I have some Christmas postcards lined up if anybody's interested in that. For that, I will be using another platform called 6-Bit because that's what I list all my postcards are. I'm sure most of you guys know that. I've used it a couple times, I believe, on shows. If you want to take a look at that, if you just want to chat for a little bit, really call the shots. I'm up for anything. It's Friday. I have tomorrow quasi busy day with the kids coming, but not a big deal. No shows. So I get to rest a little bit and get ready because once the 12th comes, we're on a tear again through Labor Day, a couple times every week. In various locations. A lot of driving again, heat, all that good stuff. So you let me know. Get rid of that. Oh, we got an offer on eBay for a CD. Let me see what I have it listed for. I forgot. Hold the phone. Let's go to eBay. Anytime there's action on eBay, you gotta jump. I'm about to sell my first rap CD entitled "In the Beginning There Was Rap," a 1997 compilation with the parental advisory sticker. People seem to dig the parental advisory stickers that were put on. They want stuff that has that. I don't know why, because I think it's cool. Let's check out our potential buyer here. Make sure he's not one of those people that leaves negatives or anything like that. Nope. Fast shipping. Excellent. Excellent. Cool. I think we will accept. Take the money and run. And here's a perfect opportunity. I don't think no, in fact, I know. Let me check. We might be able to do a live one, folks. I don't remember if I have this listed already on Macari. I do. Here we go. Let's do a live accepting an offer, selling an item. We're going to see one live. Talk about great timing, huh? And I'll show you guys exactly how it works within Vendu. First step is, well, I guess he has to pay first, right? Let's accept the offer on eBay. Let's hear that beautiful sound of the cha-ching, which I won't hear because I have the TV. Excuse me, the TV, the phone as my camera. So accept the offer. Going to Rockwall, Texas. Okay, item is ended. You went to Cracker Barrel? Cracker Barrel for us, my wife and I, is a breakfast joint. It's the kind of place we have a breakfast, usually when driving to Florida. It's like one of those traditional things. In South Carolina, we usually go to have breakfast because that's usually where we are when the sun comes up if we drive down. And it's like tradition. We always have breakfast at Cracker Barrel. I'm a big fan of Cracker Barrel. They have a lot of print ads up on the wall in case you didn't notice. And they're all kind of different in different locations, which I always enjoy. All right, so this is sold on eBay. Question is, I wonder if they haven't paid, does it come up as a sold item? Or do they have to pay first for Vendu? As the suspense builds, please pay. You have sold your item. Congratulations. So my first rap CD has been sold. I'm sorry, everybody. I'm just looking to see if they pay because then I'll go into Vendu. We'll take a look and I'll show you how you can mark it as sold and how it'll pull it off of Macari. Because right now it's listed on Macari. One of the ones I cross-posted today, as a matter of fact. So I'm just waiting to see if they pay. This is interesting. There's a field that says sold, and it's grayed out with a blue. Let me show everybody instead of talking about it. Let's see if this is what we get. First time this has ever happened. Live on the air. All right. Here is what Vendu looks like right now. I changed this just to show everybody, right? eBay, this is what's listed actively. You see my count went down to 50 and I had 51. So maybe it's marked it. And you see this little sold button is grayed out, but it has a blue circle that wasn't there before. So maybe this is a pending sale. In fact, we know it's a pending sale. And maybe they've changed it that it will take it off. We'll have to see. Let me get back to the chat. We will patiently wait for this guy to pay. Little does he know, right? He's got all of us held up. Like, come on, we want to see if it works. All right, we'll get rid of this, and I'll come back in if I see that he pays. So let me bring up eBay again. Actually, I'll get an email too that says it's been paid. And then we'll go into Vendu and we'll see exactly what happens as far as when something sells that's cross-posted on 2 platforms. You made the sale. Okay, I got the email that says you made the sale. We know that. Great news, your item is sold. In the beginning, there was rap. You don't say. All right, pull up eBay. Thank you, Jackie Jack. I appreciate it, man. Yeah, waiting payment. Watch, this will be the one that like never gets paid because we're all waiting for it. How cool would it be, right, to see something live instead of talking about it? All right. Oh my God, Dawn has returned. All right, let me go back up. I missed a lot of comments. Sorry about that. Missed quite a bit. CJ, Dawn gave the handoff to CJ for eating. Charles about Nebraska. Very good album. Yes, says Karen. I'm not sure what that applies to, but yes. What, did you ever sell similar instead of creating your own listing? Oh, all the time. Yeah. I did the end and sell similar. Oh, you mean from like a fresh item? Yeah. I do that a lot with the CDs all the time. Like anything that I have in multiple quantity, which is basically like every time I do a print ad in the shows, same thing. Yeah. I just do sell similar. Absolutely. Hey, no problem. Glad you're here. Thank you for coming in. Do you run into the same ads over and over? Ironically, no. I mean, yeah, there's some duplication especially if you're within the same calendar year on issues. Like if you have a January and a March issue, odds are there might be some crossover. But honestly, I don't have too many duplicates or triplicates as far as ads go, which is pretty miraculous, right? If I did, I would probably just do a quantity, instead of making it 2 listings, just say put an X next to in my SKU to indicate that I have more of one. But I really don't have many. Like many multiples. Cracker Barrel. Okay, we were talking. Oh, here's Allie. How you doing? All right. Congratulations, Allie. Thank you very much for coming in. See? And you brought me luck, I think, because I think I got a cha-ching right after you. Parental guidance stickers back on typical. Yeah, I know. Exactly. Yeah. And remember Frank Zappa was he was like speaking in Congress and all. He had a big battle with country fried steak. I'm out on the okra. I tried the okra. Couldn't stomach it. But I'm glad you had a good time, man. Food and Belly. Dawn has returned. Shocking. Exactly. I get a sale. I just wanted to see. I was hoping to show everybody live. But let's hold that hope. It's only a couple of minutes. Yeah, she wolfed that down, huh? Dawn was hungry. And when Dawn's hungry, you guys are all stuffed. Cool. I am since what's the date? Let's go back. Always like opening multiple tabs to look up things. I started my zero carb thing on June 28th. So we're at 1, 2, 3, 4. It was 5 weeks yesterday. Hardcore. Down about 12 pounds, give or take. So not a lot of eating for me in general. A lot of protein. And it's amazing when you do any kind of diet. Isn't it amazing for anybody who might have dieted in the past? Your stomach literally shrinks. You can't stomach the food that you were once able to stomach, which is probably a good sign. And it's also disturbing to know that the opposite is true, that your stomach is probably so swelled if you eat too much, But anyway, it's pretty cool. It's working great. And just in time for me with all the shows and all, I want to try to be as fit as I could be. Not the cha-chings, but exactly. But first, a glass of wine. That's what I would say to that. That's awesome, Allie. Yeah, everybody, please do hit the like button if you have a chance to. I'd appreciate it. Hopefully some of this luck will rub off on everybody. Hey, Barbara, how you doing? Welcome to the show. Great to have you. Well, I don't think we did a proper weather report. 90 and sunny. Yeah, we had Jody chimed in from Michigan saying hot and sunny. She didn't give us the specifics, but we'll just go with hot and sunny. Kind of dreary here and coolish for August. 75 degrees. Now, granted, it's 7 o'clock at night, but still, it was only I think it might have touched 80 today, which is, a lot cooler than normal. But it looks like we have a beautiful week coming up. Upper 80s every day and sunny. All I care about is the 12th. I know it's way too far out, but right now it says sunny 87, low of 70 for the big outdoor show, which I hope everybody can check out. I'll give you more details as we get closer. You just had a minute downpour. Oh boy. Allie's up in Massachusetts, I think, right? Where I lost 6 hours of my life 2 weeks ago driving, trying to get through Boston. Total nightmare. Took forever. Come on. Pay for your stupid CD. The second I see it, folks, we will go live. We will cut in. Awaiting payment. Come on. But you did see the which I had never seen before, so it's good to check out for me too. Sold. There's like a pending sale, I guess. So it's waiting for monies to come in, I would imagine, which is a good thing because you don't want to delete it and then he winds up not paying and you'd have to put it back in, right? So it makes some sense. I like that. I like when people think. You don't want to prematurely end your listing, then the guy never comes through and pays for it, and then you got to go. Boston's bad. You once got stuck going to the airport because of GPS. Yeah, and we weren't even in Boston proper, Allie. We were on, is it 495? Whatever those, 95 always has like an offshoot around big cities that you kind of go out a little bit west. Worcester, actually. We were near Worcester, but just a nightmare. Just an absolute nightmare with traffic. It seriously took we were in New Hampshire, so we got to the Boston area in like an hour or less, I think. We were snarled in that general vicinity for like 3 hours. No exaggeration. Just completely stopped traffic on a Saturday morning. It took like 3 hours to get from Massachusetts to the Connecticut border, which is just ridiculous. It's not very far, You went sourcing today at 4 different. Oh, very cool. Any good? Hold on. Jim with a sale. Congratulations. Thank you for watching, Jim. I'm going to assume you left that thumbs up because otherwise, let's be honest, you never would have got a sale. I'm not kidding. That's awesome, man. Congratulations. What'd you get? What kind of goodies did you get, Todd? Let everybody know. My last sourcing venture was actually the CDs. We haven't been out. We have so much stuff to handle inside. All the postcards everybody knows about. Oodles of magazines. My wife has been bringing home goodies from where she works. I think I talked to all of you about that. She works in this place where they have like a table in a lobby, basically. That's a free-for-all. Anybody could put, it's usually like clothes and stuff, but it's still pretty cool. They put it out and it's a free table. So it's like you lay out whatever you want. We've actually brought some stuff in there to get rid of like old clothes and stuff my wife doesn't use or shoes or whatever. You put it on the table and somebody takes it. It's pretty cool. So I've gotten a couple of things. We've actually sold a few things that she's brought home from work that she thought was interesting. Sold a couple of watches, a Mickey Mouse watch was on the free table. Worcester is a train wreck with traffic. Yes, absolutely. We passed by this building. We all had to look up. It's like it looked like a train depot, and it is, but it almost looked like a church, but it had like two steeples on the road, and it wound up being a train station, which was kind of nice. But we were looking at that thing for like an hour because we couldn't get around that stupid loop. Man, oh man. Yes, congrats. You got some old photos. Oh, beautiful. All the usuals. Yeah, but pronounce Worcester. Despite how it smelled, right? Yep, hit the like button. Everyone. It's working tonight. Good. Yeah, I'm very glad to see that's working. But unfortunately, the buy a CD functionality isn't working on eBay where you have to pay. I could care less about the money. I just want to show everybody. And for myself, I want to see one live like that. You catch it. But I like the fact that they have it kind of queued to be a sale. That's awesome. I want to see what happens if it removes it. It's taken it out of my active pool, that's for sure. And it's in this pending holding tank, I guess. Because if I go to active, it's not on there anymore. On Macari or eBay. But it's pending. So if this guy never pays, hopefully it goes right back to active. Of course, we don't want to see that happen. Last thing we want to see. Boom, 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 boom. Just keep hitting refresh on the different screens. Cow King has a view already. Kiss has a view already. Rod Stewart has 2 views. Journey has 2 views. Beatles Abbey Road has 3 views. Madonna has 2 views. Bangles Hazy Shade of Winter CD single has 3 views. Live at Leeds has 2 views. It's awesome. So you get views right away. Again, who cares, right, if you don't sell it? But I like to see at least there's some activity. That's makes you, you think that maybe you spend some time wisely instead of just mindlessly doing those cross posts. The idea was to sell. One of your real photos is a train wreck, literally, right? Not figuratively. That's cool. Sans Jiminy Dust. Well, I got my own, which is pretty cool. Hopefully it comes to you, Dawn. Well, you stepped away for a bite to eat, so we got to reload the cannon here. Being a musician, what rock stars have you ever met personally? Charles, let me tell you, no, of all people, this is a funny one. On the streets of Manhattan, Neil Diamond, walked into Neil Diamond. We were playing in a venue in Manhattan, me and a couple of buddies, and we had like hours to kill before the venue. We load in. This is typical. We had hours till the actual showtime, so we were just like walking around. And Neil Diamond was standing at a crosswalk. We went up, and my dad loves Neil Diamond. One of my earlier concerts was a Neil Diamond concert. So I've always loved him because, I remember him growing up and all. And my dad was such a fan. So that was really cool. I didn't meet Paul McCartney, but sort of. I how do I put this gingerly? Touched Paul McCartney's shoulder twice. Once was in '89 when he announced his comeback tour. I was at work at a company called Depository Trust Company, and a buddy of mine, good friend of mine, still Frank, was a member of the Wings fan club. This is all pre-internet and all. And he got a tip from the fan club that McCartney was going to be doing the secret venue, the secret concert, an announcement. So we left work and we went very bad boys. We made up stories like, I'll never forget. It was the middle of summer, and my friend Frank said that there was a burst pipe in his basement, which is typical in wintertime. So we ran up, we took the train, we went to the, long story short, we stood outside for like 3 hours, and we actually got to go in, and we saw the press conference, and we saw him. First song I came walking into was Jet, if anybody knows, from Wings, from Band on the Run, Jet. So when me and my friend Frank, we waited for hours until the end of the show, and everybody was like, there were cops, and like, he's gone. And my friend Frank goes, yeah, right. But anyway, we got, after like hours of waiting, we saw him come out with Linda. And they were going into a limo, and they were high, and like we went over to like give him a high five, and it just kind of grazed his back or something. So if you want to count that as meeting, I played with. We opened for Art Garfunkel in the Rainbow Room in Manhattan, so I met Art Garfunkel. Billy J. Kramer. I played with Billy J. Kramer. Who else have I met? Oh my God, the name escapes me. Cheap Trick. The guys from Cheap Trick. We opened for them on a show. They were really cool. Robin Zander, what's his name? Robin, the singer, and the guitar player is a nut. So I met them. That's a few that I could think of. But the Neil Diamond one was really cool because it was just, what's the odds on that? Just walking into Neil Diamond on the street. He was really nice, and I didn't want to be the idiot that's like, Mr. Diamond. We're just like, hey, Neil, great to see you, man. Big fan. Oh, thanks, guys. Very deep voice. Like, thanks, guys. And we just walked. We told him we were doing a Beatles show, and he's like, I'm a big fan or something. And we just parted ways. You don't want to be a pest. Pamphlets about the Prohibition. Very interesting. Oh, I love the Bangles too. I was a member of their fan club. That's somebody. Now, another run-in with Almost. This weekend, Saturday night, there is a concert series going around. Let me pull it up. It was in Atlantic City the other night. What the heck is the name of the shows? The song Sugar Sugar from the Archies. I'm trying to pull up the actual information so I can speak eloquently here. Ron Dante, a guy from Staten Island, whose real name is not Ron Dante. But Ron Dante was also a producer for all the Barry Manilow records. Was on my show with my Beatle band about a year ago. Maybe 2 years ago now, during the pandemic stuff. He was on. He was so cool. My wife actually gave him sent cookies to him. Very nice guy. He sings the song Sugar Sugar, which everybody probably knows. It was the biggest hit of 1969, as he's proud to bring up. Anyway, Ron Dante, we had him on the show live, so like we got to exchange information and stuff. Sent him cookies. Very pleasant guy. He's from Staten Island, where I'm from, which is very cool. Ron Dante was playing in this tour. He's now playing with the Turtles. The lead singer from the Turtles is unfortunately ill, so he doesn't go out and tour anymore. So he's playing with the Turtles, and he sings most of the songs. But anyway, they were doing a show in Atlantic City. And along with the Turtles was, what's the band with the kids that inspired the Partridge Family? Man. If I could just get the name of this show. Hold on. What it's like is it the Happy Together Tour? It might be called the Happy Together Tour. One of the Bangles is married to one of the guys that's in the band that I just talked about that sings the song I love the flower girl. What's that called? Cowsills. All right. Vicky Peterson is one of the Bangles lead guitar players married to one of the Cowsills. The Cowsills are playing in the show at Ron Dante. So we tried to get tickets. My friend Rich wrote Ron Dante and said, "Hey man, can we come see you guys on Saturday night?" And my hope was, no offense, I didn't care about Ron Dante. No, I like Ron Dante. It would have been cool to meet him. We met him virtually, but I wanted to see if Vicky Peterson was there from the Bangles because I love the Bangles and I love Vicky Peterson. All my favorite Bangles songs are Vicky Peterson songs. So, but unfortunately, he never answered my friend, so we didn't get to go because Atlantic City is only maybe an hour from me now. It used to seem so far when I was in New York. It was a big deal to go to Atlantic City. Now I can get there in like an hour. So anyway, there's the convoluted way around that. So I like the Bangles too. And I was hoping I was going to meet Vicky Peterson because if I ever get to meet her, we're going to play with them. I know we could play with her. Like she could come, like we could open for a Bangles show if they ever get back together and do a show. StreamYard. Neil Diamond is awesome. I agree, man. Yep. Susanna Hoff, sure. Hey, Ralph, how you doing? Welcome to the show. You caught me rambling about Ron Dante. Great to have you, man. You've seen celebrities who've always been too chicken to say anything because you figure they're pestered. Yeah, that pestered is a good way to put it. I didn't want to like pester Neil Diamond, but we couldn't believe it. We were standing at a crosswalk at a red light, and the walk signal comes up, and my friend goes, "Is that Neil Diamond?" I said, "Get out of here." Clear as day, it was Neil Diamond. I'm like, "Mr. Diamond, great to meet you." He was very cool. But again, we were walking in the streets of Manhattan, so it was just like hi and bye, but it was great. Of course, I told my dad right away. He was like, "Get out of here." I said, "I swear to God." Didn't have a phone, didn't have a cell phone yet. This was probably like 03 or 04, something like that. I didn't get my first cell phone until 05 in Florida. I never saw a need for them. They didn't have all the cameras and fancy stuff they have now. But in 05, I had to get one because I worked at a place that required it. Singular in Florida. Anyway, I didn't have a camera phone or we would have taken a picture. Ralph Funky once had breakfast with John Denver. Get out. That is pretty cool. How was he? Was he cool in person? You fill up my sense. I recorded that. What's it called? Something song. Annie's song. Beautiful song. It's in D. You got a fist bump from Rick Springfield. That's cool. He bought you breakfast. Wow. What did you have, Ralph? Over easy? Piece of toast? I love hearing stories like that, man. I never got to see John Denver live. For those who remember, he was popular as all heck, obviously, but he also had like a goody two shoe sort of image and like, bubble gums. And he's far from it, man. His songs are beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Some of them really good. Some of them a little hokey. He died in a horrible, horrible way, which we won't discuss. What's my favorite song from anyone? A Day in the Life is my favorite song of all time of the Beatles. Number one song of all time. Hope to be buried to that or cremated to that song. Well, not to it, but for those who view the said cremation or burial. Day in the Life, greatest song ever written as far as I'm concerned. But I love a lot of different bands, Charles. But for me, it's not even a discussion. You took up to the airport from a concert you did at your college. That is really cool. First flute solo. Get out. Really. Beautiful song. Very pretty to play on guitar. 12 string. Similar to Norwegian Wood, believe it or not, around D. But beautiful, beautiful. He sings it really well. Follow Me at a Wedding. I love the song he did for Jacques Cousteau. What's it called? Jacques Cousteau. I was gonna not Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald. What's the famous song he sung with Calypso, right? Calypso. Dude. Let's see. Hey, Lisa. I get paid to sing, hon, so you got to pay me. Just kidding. No, I'm actually not kidding. It's the truth. You got a small stack of John Denver 8x10s. Really? They show up, I guess. Really? That's pretty cool. I used to love. Remember, I'm sure most of us, if you're over 50, maybe, let's say, you remember the show, Tony Lando and Dawn show? Used to watch that. Always come out to tie yellow ribbon, had the black tuxedo on. Good friends with Freddie Prinze, if you remember. Oh, I'm so sorry. Here Comes the Sun at the funeral. Yeah, Day in the Life's my, it's not even a song. It's another level. Calypso, correct, Laura. Yes, I love Calypso. I think that's beautiful. You were looking forward to my rain out concert. So was I, Ralph. So was I. We got screwed twice. We got rained out proper on Tuesday, rescheduled for August 23rd. And then on, I think I told you guys on Monday, right? The show that was down in Delaware, and it was a private residence on the ocean. We set up everything, ready to roll, tornadic activity off the ocean, scrambled, covered all the instruments, covered all the drums, ran inside, did like an acoustic, bare bones as possible. Nothing but acoustic guitars, no microphones, no nothing for this lady for a birthday party, a surprise birthday party. So last week was not a good week for my band. We got screwed twice. We wound up doing a show, sort of, but it was inside a person's beautiful house, $2 million mansion, nice house, but not the same as doing a show. Yeah, you have Freddie Prinze Jr. That's funny. Freddie Prinze shot himself on my birthday. I remember going to school and hearing it on the news from Chico and the Man, Freddie Prinze. Shot himself on my birthday. He didn't die for like 2 days or something, but I remember that. I was bummed out. He was so young. Look it up, 22, 23. He was a baby. Poor guy. And I think he had just had the kid, right? Freddie Prinze Jr. He was like an infant. But I remember that day. And Tony Orlando was like really good friends with him, Freddie Prinze. The Beatles were a musical genius. Yes, absolutely. They created most everything that people take for granted now. You're not going to get an argument from me on that one. But back to eBay. Is this guy paid yet? I just want to show everybody and see it for myself live in action. Because I don't think I've ever caught one like that quickly. Nah, it still says pendant. So this is going to be one of these. He's going to be one of those guys. Doesn't pay right away. Only 4 feedback. But he's had an account since 17. That's 5 years, 6 years. Oh, well. Let's not be a jerk about it, right? Just know that you have the ability on Mendo. Sells on one platform, it'll delete it on the other ones as long as you tick a little box that says sold. Although I'm encouraged by the fact that what I just showed you before, the little pending thing that I couldn't change, maybe it's doing it automatically now. Maybe it depends on what platforms you have them cross-posted on. I'm not sure. To be determined. Yeah, definitely. I like a lot of Wing stuff. It really was Paul, but... Jim, living in the Keys, celebrity encounters were sort of common. James Hetfield. I love Ace. Beach Boys, really. Tiny Tim. Oh, is that right? Yeah, I heard he was a sweetheart. It was a little white, a little weird, but he's supposed to be a sweetheart. Oh, I met Mariah Carey when I worked in Disney in the Grand Floridian. That's somebody I don't know why I just thought of that, but I used to work in the Grand Floridian briefly. That's when I got my cell phone in Disney. And at the Grand Floridian is like the flagship resort. It's the big to-do resort on Disney property. And she came in this like private elevator that we had in the back. And she came up to the front desk to check in, or her and her entourage meet her. It was like 1 a.m. She came in like in the middle of the night. Wasn't quite. Oh, I met, you know what? There's a bunch of people. You just reminded me. At shows, we played at a place called the Maidstone Club in the Hamptons, which is the tip of Long Island exclusive. Paul McCartney is a member of the Maidstone Club. Maidstone Club. I probably told this story, but he wasn't there, unfortunately. But it was, what's his name? Baldwin. Alec Baldwin's. They had a breast cancer thing because his mom had breast cancer. I don't know if she's since passed. This was in 02 or 03. And met Chevy Chase, who was a jerk. And I like Chevy Chase. He was a complete idiot. Met Alec Baldwin, obviously. his daughter, Ireland, who we signed autographs for. Um, Britney Spears was there. It was the day after, or the day or the 2 days after when she kissed Madonna, and that was like the big thing on MTV. And we saw her, and she looked like a 12-year-old. She looked like a little girl. She was like all scrubbed face, and she's like, "Y'all must be the Beatle Band." She had a really heavy Southern accent. I remember that. "Y'all must be the Beatle Band." So we have a picture with her. So Britney Spears, Alec Baldwin, Chevy Chase, complete douchebag, quite frankly, really an idiot. We were sitting in my van at the time, me and the George in my band, and we were listening to a CD, and we were working on like a vocal part or something, and it was very, very hot. We were sitting, we couldn't get in yet, I remember. And I swear to God, I'm looking in my rear view, not my rear, my side mirror, and you could see walking on. I'm like, "Oh my God, is that Chevy Chase?" And he goes, "Get out." This guy Preston, he goes, "That's not him." I said, "It looks like Chevy Chase." He came right up to the window. I probably told this. I apologize if I did, but it bears repeating because Chevy Chase is an idiot. He knocked on my window with this big smile, and I rolled down. I said, "Wow, Chevy Chase, great to meet you." He goes, he was listening to like, I don't remember what the song was, but we had a song playing, and he goes, "I knew the real ones," and he walked away. Like he was, dismissing us as being a cover band or whatever. "I knew the real ones," like with a big sarcastic attitude, and stepped away. So I can't stand him now. F Chevy Chase, and all he stands for. I still like some of the movies, but he really was an idiot. Like that was just so uncool, And I was so polite. "Hi, Mr. Chase, great to meet you." Get me all riled up now. So there's a couple more. It was always Paula Fall, yeah. Were you really? Never a big fan. In fact, she annoys me to all hell. The piercing, everything is. I can't stand that style. No offense, hate it. Yeah, he definitely was Biff. He was there. Now he was at the show. Get out of here, Gary Berghoff, who seems like he would be the sweetest, gentlest guy. No, we will. Oh yeah, that's right. No, we're not going to mention him. That's right. Yeah, but when I met him, he wasn't famous. Another one I could smack. Thanks for opening up that wound, Dawn. I really appreciate that. You know what I'm excited about? Macari. I guess I was going to say, what happens when you make a sale on Macari? Because I don't remember. I only had one. Do you get an email? Do you get is there a ding on your phone that's like a cha-ching sound? Does anybody know? Anybody sell on Macari successfully? I know it's, one of the lesser platforms, if you will. No offense, but, it's not eBay. It's not Amazon. But it aspires to be both, I'm sure. And I'm just curious, what happens? Do you get a little cha-ching sound? Etsy gives you a weird sound that sounds like it's a cha-ching, but it's much louder and deeper, I believe, than it makes me jump because I'm so not used to getting a sale on Etsy that when I hear the thing on the phone, it's a strange sound. They send a constant message to check your seller's page. Oh, okay. No cool cha-ching thing on the phone sound? Yeah, see, they're in the B League then. A constant message. They're pests? Is that what you're saying, Karen? Pests about it? F Chevy Chase. What a jerk. You like Mariah Carey, but the super high pitch, well, I respect that. Yeah, it's like nails on a chalkboard, quite frankly. But for what it's worth, for the 30-second interaction with us, she was fine. She was a nice girl. Like, she wasn't a jerk. She wasn't, she's normal, very normal. I was only there for like less than a year, Grand Floridian, but they hosted an NFL event every year. So we met tons of what's his name? The Cowboys quarterback. Can't think of his name. Aikman. Troy Aikman came in. He was cool. Met a bunch of football players. Dinah Shaw is beautiful. Beautiful voice. That's what I'm saying. It's nails on the chalkboard at a certain point. I think you hear dogs howling in the night when she hits certain. It's not just that. Again, I can't stand. It's not just a same thing with Whitney Houston. No offense. I know people love all these people. I'm not ripping on the people. I'm just saying personally from a singing perspective, I can't stand that, like, oh, say again, all that. Just sing the song. You know what I mean? All those stupid embellishments drive me nuts. And she's one of the queens of those things. But at least she's not like Chevy Chase. You met J.J. Gray? Paul Thorne? Do you know I have no idea who any of those people are? Anybody know who? I don't know who J.J. Gray is. I don't know who Paul Thorne is. I don't know who Ray Wiley Hubbard is. Or James McMurtry. But welcome to the show, man. I'm sorry. I don't know who those people are. I did. I worked in back office operations, which is like room ops, they called it. It's you go up to a front desk to check in. Behind the front desk in all the Disney resorts is a whole like big office building, almost office space. And when the check-in agent says, oh, your room is ready, we did the physical work that created your room to be ready. So anyway, yeah. So I got to, so whenever somebody famous came out, we would come out of the room and like, they would have to come up to the check-in area. But yeah, it was a beautiful place to work. They don't pay though. Disney does not pay you at all. And I was already 40-something years old trying to raise 5 kids. It's just nice idea on paper. We got a lot of free tickets. We got to go to Disney constantly, but the money was brutal. I wish I was doing eBay then. You know what I'm saying. Tracy Chapman is another one. I don't like her voice very much. I know everybody liked that song. The problem with that song is she squeezes way too many words into a phrase. You get a bus car, like just spilling out way too many words in a very short period of time. So that annoyed me. Wasn't a big fan of that song, quite frankly, Charles. Agreed, Ralph. So Chevy Chase off the list. I mean, he's notorious for that, right? Everybody always said that, like the coworkers, other comedians and stuff, always for years said he was a jerk. But I didn't think, in a private, what's really nice about this place. It's completely private, right? So it was nice to see celebrities just hanging out. Like, say what you want about Baldwin. He was actually like one of the nicest guys I've ever met. He was so accommodating, and you guys, anything you guys want, thank you so much for coming to this event. He was really, really friendly and nice. Very cool guy. And then the other brother, he has like 2 younger brothers. I forgot their name, but they were there too. And it was all for this cancer benefit for his mom concert thing. So it was a pleasure to play at. Beautiful place. Maidstone Club in East Hampton. East Sir Jim. You met Derek Bentley? I'm sorry, I don't know who that is. But yeah, it's not cool. I mean, come on, I don't remember, and then the thing is they all showed up at this was a one-day event, it was a big event, but they all came and, was like, there was no ballyhoo, if you will. They were just members of a private club. So I like that. Nobody was like fawning over each other or anything. We just kept hoping that McCartney would show up, obviously, but he didn't show up. But he is a member there. He still goes there. You see him a lot. They often have pictures of him in the Hamptons, and that's the club, Maidstone Club. But everybody was cool. So Chevy Chase like saw us. I don't remember him like being a jerk during the show or anything, but I just thought that was a really lousy first impression, like a really Weisenheimer kind of remark. Not cool. There are like 27 Baldwins, exactly. Ray Weil wrote the song Up Against the Wall, Redneck Mother. Still don't know what that is. You too, Karen. Thank you very much for coming in. Have a great weekend. A volunteer at the park I work at is a sister of the drummer from Dinosaur Jr. said they dealt with him stealing their stuff for drugs. Oh my God. That's not cool. Your brother was a local DJ. You got a chance to meet a lot of country acts. Some were really down to earth, but the ones you thought were nice for drugs. That's a shame. I'm not a country act by any stretch, but the Gary Berghoff thing really surprises me. He always came across as being kind of a sweetheart, I guess it goes to show you what they are like. At least I'll tell you one thing about Chevy Chase. He's consistent. He's a jerk in real life. He's a jerk when he's acting with other people. So, yeah, I haven't thought about that in a while, but that one irked me, man. I was really upset. Not upset, but I was like, you idiot. Who do you think you are? Who do you think you are? John Prine sang it. Well, it doesn't look like we're going to get this paid order in here in time. I'll do a quick video to upload either one of the shorts, or I'll just do a quick regular video to show everybody. I'll do some screenshots just because we talked about it tonight, so you could see if anybody's interested in using it to cross post on any platform you want. It's called Vendu. It's cool. I like it. Simple, efficient, and hopefully I sell a couple things on my car. At the end of the day, I don't care about Vendu. I appreciate the fact that it's moving the stuff over for me, but I want to sell. So I care about, show me Macari coming through with some sales. I got 51 listings, hopefully less the one that just sold, and we'll see what happens. All right, everybody, have a great weekend, and I will check you out on Monday. I should be back. I should be fine this week. I don't have a show Monday or Friday. My next show is next Saturday, concert. So on Saturday, again, on the 12th, I'll talk about it next week, but we'll try to do the live stream of that show. I hope to see you on Monday. Have a great weekend, everybody. Bye-bye.